The mother-in-law's first hunting trip. She actually used her son-in-law as bait, while she quietly climbed a tree to watch the show. Seeing the tiger fall into the trap and get tied up tightly, the woman leapt down from the tree, and took care of the tiger in a few moves. This display of skill instantly stunned her son-in-law. Turns out the woman was a top modern secret agent. She was ambushed during a mission. When she woke up, she had become a mother of 4 daughters, and even gained a son-in-law for free. Before she could figure out the situation, she saw her youngest daughter bring over a bowl of porridge, but the woman's hand was weak and couldn't hold it, spilling it all. The youngest daughter crawled over in fear, begging for forgiveness, begging the woman not to sell her. Only then did the woman realize she had crossed over into the body of an evil mother who was going to sell her daughter to pay debts. Then the son-in-law knelt down and pleaded, saying he had great strength and could do more work, promising to be able to support the younger sister. At this moment, the woman suddenly felt dizzy. She looked down and saw the space ring on her hand had come with her. She then told everyone to go eat first, while she turned around and took out Spirit Spring water to improve her physique. But as soon as she drank it, she got diarrhea, so she hurriedly ran to the toilet to take care of it. Right at this time, the village bully brought people and barged in to collect debts from the woman, shouting about selling her daughter to a brothel. The eldest daughter took a broom to resist, but was pushed down with one shove. Just as the village bully was about to make a move, the woman suddenly struck out with a punch, knocking out his gold tooth. Immediately after, she beat them up in a few moves, making them kneel and beg for mercy. Afterwards, the woman said she would pay back the money in 2 days, and kicked them all out the door. Although the woman spoke lightly, this amount of money was no small sum. She was also worried for a while. The next day it was time to eat again, but the woman discovered the son-in-law was not at the table, so she told her daughters to wait and eat together with him. The second daughter felt that her mother was going to make things difficult for him again, because not allowing the son-in-law to eat at the table was a rule she had set in the first place. Just then the son-in-law came back from working. The woman waved her hand and told him to come to the table and eat. The son-in-law froze, thinking he had heard wrong. The second daughter especially had a face of disbelief. How did the vicious mother suddenly change into a different person? Everyone thought she must have another bad idea. Sure enough, as soon as they finished eating, the woman said she wanted to take her son-in-law hunting in the mountains. The daughters collectively objected. The woman only said she needed help hunting. At this time, the son-in-law voluntarily stood up and agreed to go with her. The woman knew her image was hard to change. She wanted to prove herself through actions. Before entering the mountains, the eldest daughter secretly instructed her husband to be very careful and not let her mother sell him. Afterwards, the two walked deep into the mountains. At this point, the woman discovered tiger tracks, quickly set up a trap, and let her son-in-law stand in the middle as bait. Not long after, the tiger smelled the scent and appeared. As soon as it fell into the trap, the woman leapt down and fought it to death. But the woman's body was still too weak, causing her to also get injured. So she hurriedly had her son-in-law carry the tiger down the mountain to sell for money. The daughters at home saw the two still hadn't returned. They all thought the mother had definitely sold the brother-in-law. Little did they know the two had already rushed to town, and were already surrounded by quite a few people. After all, a tiger was a rare item, so the woman shouted that the highest bidder would get the tiger. The crowd hesitated and bargained. The woman directly said 350 taels. The boss thought it was too expensive and wanted to lower the price. Who knew the woman would turn around and start to leave? At this time, the boss saw the village bully walking over, instantly wanting to rob it outright. But the woman was injured and couldn't take action. The cowardly son-in-law didn't know how to fight either. Now this was troublesome.